Hi students, in last video we discussed about requirement elicitation and analysis process. Okay, in this video we are going to discuss why this eliciting and understanding requirements from stakeholders is difficult process. Means eliciting requirement and understanding the requirement from system stakeholders is a difficult process. Why? For that there are several reasons. First one, stakeholders often does not know what they want from a computer system. Except in the most general term, they may find it difficult to articulate what they want the system to do. They may make unrealistic demand because they do not know what is and is not feasible. Means the stakeholders are not aware of the computer system, what it can give for the users. Okay, they simply demand without knowing. They are going to demand for some features. The features may or may not be given to the system. Okay, means it is feasible or not feasible, they don't know, but the stakeholders will simply demand. Okay, they don't know about the it is feasible or not, but they will simply demand. So this is one reason why it is difficult process to understand requirement from stakeholder. Next reason, stakeholders in a system naturally express requirement in their own term and with implicit knowledge of their own work. Means they are not going to explain in the technical term. Simply they are going to explain the requirement in their own language on the basis of their knowledge of work. Okay, requirement engineers without experience in the customer domain may not understand this requirement. What will happen? This stakeholders, nothing but users, will explain the requirement in their own language, and what will happen? Requirement engineer who are all not working with the customer domain, means the understanding of the requirement is difficult for the requirement engineers. Okay, requirement engineers are nothing but the development engineers. Okay, next up, different stakeholders have different requirement and they may express this in different way. Means there are n number of stakeholders, same requirement will be explained in different way. Means there are n stakeholders, same requirement will be explained in different way by different person. It may be complicated to understand by the engineer. Okay, requirement engineer have to discover all potential source of requirements and discover commonalities and conflict. Okay, this is another reason, because they are telling different stakeholders have different requirement and they may express this in different way. Okay, n number of stakeholders will going to explain the requirement in n number of way. This is conflict to means it is difficult to understand by the requirement engineers. Next reason, political factor may influence the requirement of the system. Next one, political factor means we know that in a very way the politics will be there. Here also, in adding the requirements also there will be a political factor. Okay, what way the political factor influence means the manager may demand specific system requirement because this will allow them to increase their influence in the organization. Means the manager will demand that its requirement should be in the specific system requirement should be added to a system because to increase their influence in the organization, because to increase their influence in the company they will demand for adding their specific system requirement in the system. Okay, next, the economic and business environment in which the analysis take place is dynamic. Means of course this we are building the system means it going to be work with economic and business environment. It is dynamic. Dynamic means it is not forcefully, it is happening repeatedly because changes during the analysis process, the importance of particular requirement may change. Because of this analysis, the important particular requirement may change. New requirement may emerge from the new stakeholders. Means when you are going to analyze the requirements, the new requirement to be added or some changes made to the older requirement, means we are updating, and that time also the understanding of the eliciting requirement is difficult. Okay, these are the some of the reasons why eliciting and understanding requirements from the stakeholders is difficult. There are 5 reasons. Okay, next topic is requirements discovery. Okay, requirement discovery, sometimes called requirement elicitation, is the process of gathering the information about the required system and existing system and distillating the user and system requirement for this information. Means they are telling what is the meaning of requirement discovery. Requirement discovery is nothing but it is a process of gathering the information about the required system. Required system is nothing but which you are going to build new system requirement. Next, existing system, and we also gather the information about the existing system, and we are going to differentiate between the user and system requirement from this information. Using this information we are going to distinguish between users and system requirement. Okay, next, what are the sources for the requirement discovery? It include documentation, system stakeholders, specification of similar system. These are the source for the requirement discovery. Means to collect the information about the requirement, means these are the sources. By seeing the document, by seeing the system, by discussing with the system stakeholders, and we are going to compare the similar system. Okay, these are the source for the requirement discovery. Okay, next one, you interact with stakeholders through interviews and observation, and you may use scenarios and prototype to help stakeholders understand what system will be like. Means using interviews and observing and use scenarios and using prototype, this will help the stakeholders to understand what system will be like. Means ಒಂದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ನ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ವೇ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಸ್, ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಕಾನ್ವರ್ಸೇಷನ್, ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ by observing something, and using scenarios. I will explain what is meant by scenario and prototype. Okay, to help the stakeholders understand what system will be like. ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟೇಕ್ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ವೇಸ್: ಬೈ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್, ಬೈ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್, using scenarios and prototypes. Okay, next, stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? I am telling the word stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? Stakeholders are range from the end users of the system through manager to external stakeholders. Means ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ಎಂಡ್ ಯೂಸರ್ವರೆಗೂ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ದಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ಸ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ವರ್ಕ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಟು ಎಂಡ್ ಯೂಸರ್, ದಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದಿ ಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ you can see that there is a example. Okay, this example is system stakeholder for the mental health care patient information system. Here patient is one stakeholder for the mental health care patient information system. Okay, next, doctor, nurse, medical representatives, IT staffs, a medical ethics manager, healthcare managers, medical record staff. These 8 persons are the stakeholders for the mental health care information system. Okay, means we are giving the example to understand the what is mean by stakeholders. Okay, here number of people who having the some information about the system. Okay, here patient having some information about the system, doctor having the some information of the system, nurse having some information of the system, medical representatives have some information, IT staff will have some information about the system, medical ethics manager will have some information, and healthcare managers will have some information, medical record staff will have some information. These are 8 people who are the stakeholders for the mental health care management system. Okay, what patient will have the information? Patient whose information is recorded in the system. Okay, next, doctor who are responsible for assessing and treating the patient. Okay, nurse who coordinate the consultation with doctor and administrator some treatment. Okay, medical representative who manage patient appointment, nothing but medical receptionist. Okay, next IT staffs. IT staffs who are responsible for installing and managing the system, means installing the software and maintaining the software are the IT staffs. Okay, who are the a medical ethics manager who must ensure that the system meet current ethical guidelines for the patient care, means a person who going to ensure that system meet the current ethical guidelines for patient care. Okay, who are going to agree that the system will work for the patient care, that person is called as medical ethics manager. Next, healthcare managers who obtain management information from the system, nothing but healthcare managers are who obtain the management information from the system. Okay, that are our healthcare manager. Next, medical records staffs, who are medical record staffs who are responsible for ensuring that system information can be maintained and preserved and the record keeping procedure have been properly implemented. That are all means who are responsible for the record whole thing and maintaining the system, that person is called as medical record staff. Okay, next I told that some of the way to understand the stakeholders, that what will be the system like. Okay, first, interview, observation, scenario, prototype. First we will discuss what is meant by interviews, in which way the interviews help to understand the stakeholders that system is be like. Okay, first we'll discuss interview. Okay, formal or informal interviews with system stakeholders are part of most requirements engineer process, means formal or informal interviews with system stakeholders are the part of the most requirement engineering process. In engineering requirement engineering process ಅಲ್ಲಿ the interviewing is with the stakeholders are the most important part. Okay, in these interviews the requirement engineering team puts questions to stakeholders, means here the requirements engineer team will ask the question to stakeholders. Stakeholders are nothing but who having the information about the system which you are going to build. Okay, why we are going to ask the question to stakeholders? System that they currently use and system to be developed, means to know about the system they currently use and the system to be developed. Why they are going to use they are going to ask the question, means to know the which system they are using now, what system we have to develop, means you have to get some idea, no, which system they are using, which system we have to build. To know that we are going to interview the stakeholders. Okay, requirements are derived from the answer to the question. While answering the questions we are going to get some requirement. Okay, interviews may be of two types. One is closed interviews, another one is open interviews. What is meant by closed interviews? Where the stakeholders answer predefined set of question, means predefined set of question means we are going to set question early only before going to interview, we are going to set some of the question that are predefined question. For predefined question, there will be an answer given by the stakeholders. Okay, that is closed interview. What is meant by open interview? In which there is no predefined agenda, means there is no predefined question, means we are not going to set question before going to interview. Only on spot we are going to ask the question and discuss the answer with the stakeholders. We are going to conclude with some answer. That is open interview. Next, what is the advantage of interview? Interviews are good for getting an overall understanding of what stakeholders do, how they might interact with new system, and the difficulties that they face with the current system. Means, what is the advantage of interview? Means it is a good for gathering an overall understanding of what stakeholders will do. That is one point. How they may interact with new system. That is also we will come to know while interviewing. And third point is the difficulties that they face with the current system. And we are going to come to know that what are the difficulties they are going to face in the current system. This 3 point will come to know while we are going to interview the stakeholders. Okay, next, what are the disadvantage of interviews? However, interviews are not so helpful in understanding the requirement for the application domain. Means here interviews will not work for the application domain. Means when you are collecting the requirements about the application domain, this interviews is not supporting. Okay, it can be difficult to elicit domain knowledge through interview for two reasons. Why this will be difficult to get the information through interview of the domain knowledge? Because two reasons. One is all application specialists use terminology and jargon that are specific to a domain. Means for all application there will be a specialist use of terminology and jargon. Means there will be a specific terminology will be used for all the application. It is impossible for them to discuss domain requirement without using this terminology. When you are discussing about the domain requirement without using this terminology they are used, we cannot discuss. Means there is no discussion without the terminology. So it is the first reason why this interview is not working in gathering information about the domain knowledge. Okay, next is some domain knowledge is so familiar to stakeholders that they either find it difficult to explain or they think it is so fundamental that it is not worth mentioning. Means here for some stakeholders, some to their knowledge, some functionality is very familiar to stakeholders. They are not going to give information about the familiar thing because they will think that it is not worth mentioning. ಇದನ್ನು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ they will only think and they will only not tell or not discuss with the requirement engineer. These are the two reasons why interview will not work with the understanding requirements of domain knowledge. Next, second reason for the second disadvantage of the interview is interviews are also not an effective technique for eliciting knowledge about the organizational requirements and constraints because these are subtle power relationship between the different people in the organization. Means it not going to interview is not much effective technique for the gathering the knowledge about organizational requirement and limits because there will be a different power relationship in different people in the organization. Means this organizational requirement and limitation will not be same for all the people. For some people you can check all the records, some people can only check one record. Like this, different people will work with different stages of the system. Suppose we know that a manager can see all the information. Okay, I am the user means user can only see its information, that's it. You cannot see other information. Okay, and sometime the editor nothing but the where secretary editor can only edit the some points, that's it. You cannot delete or add, only you can edit and close. Okay, means different people in the company have different rights in the company. Okay, so the organizational requirement and constraint nothing but the limitation are different knowledge from the different people. Effective interviews have two characteristics. If interviews is effective, there is two characteristics. There are open-minded, avoid preconceived ideas about the requirement and are willing to listen to stakeholders. If the stakeholders come up with surprising requirement, then they are willing to change their mind about the system. Means they are telling that the engineers requirement in the engineers should be open minded. Okay, when they are going to collect the information through interviewing with the stakeholders, suppose the stakeholders come with the surprising requirement, then engineers should willing to change their minds about the system. Means if stakeholders giving requirement is worth means important means and it will be good means the requirement engineer should do free to change the view of the system. Means the requirement engineer should change the mind and it should change the system. Okay, then they prompt the interview to get discussion going using a springboard question, a requirement proposal, or by working together on the prototype system. Means they are telling that interviewer must be a open minded, means it should be a open interview. Okay, in open interview there will be a no predefined question. They are going to get the question on spot. On the basis of information they are going to get the question and they are going to get the answer also, and they are going to discuss on the answer. They will come to a conclusion. Okay, and they are going to end up with the specific requirement. Okay, and the requirement proposal should be given, means any ideas can be given by the stakeholders and or by working together on prototype system, or we can work stakeholders and requirement engineers are combined to work to build a prototype system. Prototype system is nothing but the dummy system. Okay, before going to build a original system we are going to build a prototype system, nothing but dummy system. Okay, we are going to experiment with dummy system and we are going to build the actual system. Okay, this is all about interview. Okay, next is scenario. What do you mean by scenario? Scenario can be particularly useful for adding a detail to an outline requirement description. Means the scenarios will be particularly useful for adding the detail to outline requirement description. Means online description ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀವಿ, for that we are going to adding a detail. One line sentence we are going to give the detail, that is scenario. Each scenario usually covers one or a small number of possible interaction. Means if one scenario is there, means it going to cover one or a small number of possible interaction. Means for one requirement, for one scenario there will be a at least one or small number of possible interaction will be there. Okay, for 10 scenarios is there, means at least 10 interaction will be there. Okay, that is the example. One or small number of possible interaction. Suppose 10 scenarios is there, means at least 10 interaction will be there, because here you can see that one or a small number of possible interaction means at least one interaction should be there for one scenario. Scenario is nothing but the adding a detail to outline requirement description. Okay, different form of scenarios are developed and they provide different type of information at the different level of detail about the system. Means there are different form of scenarios are developed and they provide the different type of information. Means there are n number of scenarios, means there will be a n number of different type of information. That information will be at the different level of the information about the system. Okay, here at its more general, scenarios may include, means we discuss scenarios. The scenarios may include these 5 description. A description of what the system and users expect when the system scenario starts. This is one description. Second description, a description of the normal flow of event in the scenario. This is second. Next, description of what can go wrong, how this is handled, is third description in the scenario. Next, information about other activities that may be going on the same time. This is another information included in the scenario. Next, description of the system state when the scenario finish. These are the information present in scenario. Okay, this is our mental healthcare patient management system example. Here you can see that there are 5 description. Here you can see that this is called as outline 1 2 3 4 5. This is scenario. Okay, for one line description a detail will be given, that is scenario. This is one line, for that we added the detailment. This is the scenario. Okay, you can observe that first one is description of what system and user expect when the system scenario starts. Okay, initial assumption. Okay, that is initial assumption. Next, description of normal flow. Okay, normal flow. Next, description of what can go wrong. Next, what can go wrong. Next, other activities. Okay, informal about other activities that may be going on the same time, means at same time what are the activities are going, that is all explained in this scenario. Next, system state and conclusion, means what is the state of the system at the scenario finish. This is example. Okay, next slide will discuss what is meant by use case and ethnography. These two are very important topics. One is use case, another one is ethnography. Okay, thank you. I will end up this session here. We will discuss remaining topics in next slide.